Hi guys, I'm Ujjwal Chugh and today we are starting up with our show Digital Doctors, and this is the opening episode of the show. And today on our show, the one who will be joining us in next few seconds, he's actually the born savior, the real legendary man, the urbane personality, the one who has saved thousands of lives, and at such a young age he has created enormous results. The youngest person at pan-India level to create the best and the most recent records to create and to do the maximum successful heart transplant. It's none other than Dr. Kewal Krishan, head of Max Hospital, Saket. We have looked forward, जहाँ पर आपको इतने सारे लोगों को आपने जो एक नया जीने का रूप दिया, तो उसके लिए आज I would like कि आप थोड़ा सा heart transplant पे, you should just give some limelight on the heart transplant. So exactly sir, what is this heart transplant? मतलब it's like people have so many questions about it. Heart transplant ये है वो है, so many doubts about it. So अगर आप एक बड़ा gist में बड़ा simple बता सके, what is heart transplant?
Heart transplant is basically when your heart is in an end stage heart failure. Okay. When your heart is not working, it's not pumping enough blood to reach the demand of the body. Right. Then what happens is, when your circulation is poor, you have all the symptoms of breathlessness and other things. Okay. And with the conventional cardiac surgery, you cannot treat those. Okay. So your heart is actually not functioning. So its pump is failed. Okay. So then what you do is you take a new heart from a brain dead patient. Okay. And take out the diseased heart and put over there. Okay. So you are transplanting for a diseased heart with a new heart. Okay. So this is called heart transplantation.
Alright. So as you rightly said ki the one who's the brain is dead. So what do you mean by the
brain dead? Like the patient who has an accident or who has brains, one of the vessel is broken and he has the brain hemorrhage. Okay. And now the patient is brain dead. We do some tests to check that. Okay. And what actually happens, this brain dead means the patient is dead, is not going to get alive any longer. No more, the patient is no more basically. Okay. But the heart, the liver, the kidney, all organs are still working. So what we can do is we can recycle these organs. We can take these organs, the new heart, the good liver, the good condition kidney, the good condition heart, we take from that and put in the new patients who have liver failure, who have kidney failure, or who have heart failure. So one patient can donate 7 organs including eyes, the pancreas, intestine. So we take 7 organs out of the patient and give to the 7 different patients so that they can live their life normal, because they have failure of one or the other organ, either liver or kidney or the heart.
Alright. So it's like there must be something called as जैसे आपने कहा कि there's a brain death. Yeah. So brain death is we can take out the organs, but there must be some time till the time we can only take out the organs, but till the time we can use them, because
so most of the patients, what happen is when the patient becomes brain dead and a patient is declared brain dead, and then after that 48 hours are the critical period where you can take them. After the 48 hours of brain death, your heart starts slowing down and stops at some point. Your kidney starts going down, your liver may starts going down, but most of the times what happens is if you don't take 48 to 72 hours, the heart is going to stop. So when you declare the patient brain dead, within 48 hours you should take out the organs. Okay. So otherwise once your heart stops, then it's very difficult to take out the organs.
And is there anything which you have to see as a compatibility while taking a heart?
So what we do is, for the other organs like liver and kidney is not important, but for the heart it's very important that the blood group has to match, whether it's A positive, B positive, AB positive or O positive or negatives. Another thing which we see is the body surface area, the height and weight basically we match. You cannot put a 40 kg person's heart into 80 kg. Okay. Because then the heart will be small for that person. Okay. And you cannot put a 80 kg donor's heart into 40 kg because that's not going to fit in, and you cannot close the chest. So it has to be closed. It's a 25% up or down. Like 50 kg man, you can put up to 70 kg heart. So it's not that when in 30-40 kg you are putting the 80 kg person's heart, it's not going to fit in there.
Okay,
So that's
wonderful, wonderful. So coming up with giving such a very in such a simplified, you have given such a good knowledge. But just I'm asking you something otherwise.
Yeah.
You look so young.
Yeah.
But how come you are just experiencing so many things at such a young age? Because
actually the issue is because I had this plan, I will become a heart transplanter Albert surgeon.
Okay.
So I started my career in such a way that I bypassed the rest of the things just going towards that. I didn't waste time in between, like doing M.Ch, and then I passed DNB also along with that national exam, and then went to US and Mayo Clinic and Mount Sinai. I did only these things over there. So try to become master of something rather than being jack of all.
So it's like it was something already planned as a vision.
It was planned 15 years ago, believe me.
Okay.
So when I was doing MBBS, I planned to go for that. So I tried all the ways to go to reach as soon as possible and become master of the same thing.
Very nice, fantabulous. Such a beautiful records you have created. So, just a question, because this is something I'm having as a curiosity. Because in our society, what I've seen, doctors are something which are always taken as a very privileged people. So, have you not facing such issues where you meet very elder age doctors and they have a particularly, because what I have seen, I'll be very honest, if you talk about me, though I have a fair knowledge of things, but your concept of a heart transplant, that's something which is not too old in India. So generally, if you talk about anyone as a patient, they always look for very experienced and all those people who are very elder in their age to go with it. So how come are you not facing that issue when a patient approaches you?
I'm facing these issues with the elder, the white haired person, grey haired person you look like, and then the people believe, oh, he must be very experienced. But as far as public knows that with the new technologies like ventricular assist device, ECMO, heart transplant, these are actually done by the young people. They pass the exam, they go to US, get trained over there, and then come back. It's not the thing of old age. So, and anyway, the things are changing so fast. The old people cannot learn so fast. They cannot be master of that because they have been doing coronaries, the valve surgeries for 20 years, 15 years. So it's very difficult for them to go back and learn all these new things.
All right.
So it's better for the new people to learn all this and spread this, because the other part is, because these things are new in this country, so you are the resident and you are the professor. So you have to be 24/7 on these things to to produce good results.
Very nice.
That's another part. So, but the old people, they cannot do this because they are used to some part of the surgery and then.
Absolutely, mind-blowing.
That is very important part.
This is something fantabulous, and I would say that this piece of work by Dr. Kewal Krishan has shown that you can do anything if you wish to do, because at such an early age he has been able to create such big records, which you actually do genuinely, which people get a chance to do at the age of 60s and 70s. So hats off to you for such a big accomplishment you have done.
By God's grace, I'm getting chances to do that, and in India also the things are coming up, and I'm very hopeful that the Indian patients who are suffering from these cardiac problems, they will get much benefit by these therapies, the newer therapies, and they will live longer, and rather they will have better quality of life whichever time they are living. That is more important than living longer. It's a better quality of life. That is our target.
And I just read somewhere in the newspaper and in media, I saw that it was claimed that you're the first person in whole India to do the maximum successful heart transplant. So if you can throw some limelight on that, what was that record you created?
So I have created this ECMO. I have done so for 48 in 2 years. That's a maximum in this country. That this is an artificial lung or artificial heart which you have put to save the life of many patients. Another thing which I did also, in 1.5 years span, I did 9 ventricular assist devices. That's a maximum in this country. Though the cost of device is very high, so it's close to 90 lakhs. So many patients, only few patients can afford this, but their quality of life has been good now, and actually it's completely transformed after the surgery. I have been doing heart transplants also, like heart transplant, because in the northern part of India there are less donors. But whichever is available, I am always available to do the heart transplant.
So it's like it is also, it matters. Is it possible that, and have you done something like this where we are putting up a heart of a Hindu in a Muslim?
Yes, I've done a heart of a Hindu in a Muslim, and I've done opposite also, the Muslims in a Hindu, and as well as from a young male to a female. And from one patient donor was from Nepal, and I put a heart into one of India.
Does it make any difference in their overall as in genetic sense or anything like this?
No, not really. It doesn't make much.
Super. They show that you must have a cleaner heart and you must have a good feeling about the people. It doesn't matter to which religion you belong, to which age group you belong, or whatever you practice as a religion, but you have a good heart, and obviously you can give life to others. And such a, you have given such a very basic but something very important which all our viewers are looking forward to know. And few more questions which I have been getting from the viewers. Could you please just say that how much successful it is to go for a heart transplant? As in, if I am looking forward for it, so what is that criteria on which you will suggest me to go for it?
So when you have breathlessness, like you cannot breathe properly, your ejection fraction is low, like 15-20%, and you cannot go for bypass or valve because they are normal, or you have already gone for that. You have gone through the conventional surgery cannot improve your symptoms.
Okay.
That is one of the indication to go for, because that is called end stage heart failure, and that requires either heart transplant or ventricular assist device. As your motor at home, like water motor, is gone, so it's out of order. If you replace the motor with a new, that is called heart transplant. Okay. If you keep the water motor at the same place and put a newer one, that is called ventricular assist device.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So it's like we can say that in majority of cases it's completely safe to go for a heart transplant.
Yeah, because it's only 1 to 2% death chances.
Okay.
In the hospital, and more than 95% successful survival for 1 year. So this is the best survival you can see, and 70% 5-year survival. So the results are, it's still a gold standard. Heart transplant is still a gold standard for end stage heart failure, and a lot of people are getting benefit of this.
And what do you understand, and what how you say a person is at end stage heart failure?
End stage means it can, now there is end to it. Now thereafter it cannot be damaged more than this. So
okay.
It's a completely burned out heart.
Basically. Okay, it cannot pump now.
Yeah, it cannot pump now. It cannot pump enough blood to meet the demand of the body.
Alright. And what if when we talk about we're talking about so many things about heart transplant, so it's like there are times, have you faced any scenario when the patient is there and he or she needs the heart and you are not getting the heart?
So I have seen one patient from Dr. From Najafgarh, Virender Sehwag's team. He was a bowler. He's a 19-year-old guy, and we tried to find heart for him. And he was so sick, he got little better, and then he again went down. But we didn't get those 15 days. We could not get heart for him, and that patient died. I felt very bad about this, because a young guy shouldn't lose their life, because he deserved to be living for many years.
So then that means when you are doing such a noble cause for the country, for the nation, then we believe that we all must support you in this by even donating our hearts.
Yeah, donating organ. I believe those who are doctor or those who are not doctor, they should come forward and increase the awareness in the organ donation part, so that most of the patients, they can get heart easily and they can live their life normal, rather than being compromised or they lose their life. Because one heart can save many hearts in family.
Very nice, very nice. Absolutely noble. This is something well said, that yes, once if we are getting out of this world, when we are not, it's decided. See, the death of every single person is decided, and when you have to go, then why not to? It's such a noble cause, why not to save the life of others? So I absolutely, I'm completely, I acknowledge this, and I am so privileged to have you on us with our show, because the promoting and saving the people, and obviously, see, the best part, what I believe, as Dr. Kewal has rightly said, that when you are already going out of this world, then what's the point not to save others? You must do something for this. And sir, how about it's like when we are talking about the heart transplant, so at the same amount of time, is it like any specific age group when we say after a particular age group we never recommend a heart transplant, or it's nothing like this?
For the patient after the age of 65, we usually don't offer them heart transplant, because after the age of 65 your kidney, liver are already compromised, and after any transplant you have to take immunosuppressions.
Alright.
So, and patient usually cannot tolerate those immunosuppressions, so that is why we usually avoid that. So before 65, after the age of 65, we usually offer only ventricular assist device, because that doesn't have any complications or problems. So, but before the age of 65, we usually offer heart transplant.
So it's like after the age of 65, heart transplantation.
It's less like, it's successful, but the results are not that good, because one is your tissues are so bad after the age of 65 that it's very difficult to suture, and if you do it, then immunosuppression will reduce the quality of life.
Alright, very nice. So absolutely, you have given us a very good information and such a beautiful limelight on heart transplant. I hope that many of viewers have been able to get so many queries what they were in their mind, and they must have got the answer as Dr. Kewal has rightly addressed them. And just to tell you guys, this was just an overview session, and it was the episode 1 with Dr. Kewal, and it was just on a very basic of heart transplant, where you can get to know that what it is all about. And we will be coming up with more sessions with him, and obviously you can catch us in his second episode. Next week we'll be coming up with the second episode in more detailed form of heart transplant and LVAD, and rest of the information you can get from the channel. And see you guys next week. Thank you so very much for your love and support. Sir, thank you so very much to be on a show, and I'm really obliged to have you on our show. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.